All right, welcome back. We're trying to do some sort of ultimate seafood feast here. All right, first we have to go to the dump. We don't have trash collection where I live in Rhode Island, so we have to take all of our trash to the dump. All right, well, that's where we just threw our 3 bags of trash. It only costs $3 per bag to throw them out at the dump, which is a great deal. I was at the tackle shop the other day and I bought a very special lure. I'm gonna show you right now. That's what we bought right there. You know what that is? That's a squid jig. All right, we're going squid fishing. And we have, I don't know, great squid fishing in Rhode Island. It's probably one of the strongest fisheries and probably gets as much participation, if not more participation, than practically any other fishery in Rhode Island. The squid's a big deal up here. And we're going right into the trenches in the middle of the day here. Yeah, the trenches of Newport, right? It's no secret, Newport, Rhode Island. A lot of deep water over there. A lot of squid there. And we're gonna go check it out. We're gonna try to get enough squid to eat, which literally is going to be 2 squid. I mean, is he afraid of people opening their car doors here? Is that what we're afraid of? We're not afraid of the head-on collision. We're afraid of the door opening. All right, we are pulling up to Rhode Island's most popular squid spot. Look at that wind. I'm just gonna hop that curb. Yeah, it's choppy and windy, and there's not too many people out there, so it's probably not gonna be very good. Before we start fishing, I'm gonna go check out the squid fleet, guys, and see if they're catching anything. All right, they had some squid in the bucket. Not many, but some. So I don't know if this 1-ounce sinker is going to do it in the wind, but it might. We have some hope of actually catching some squid here. These are the guys that are out here putting in the time over here. They know how to catch them, so I'm just watching what they do. Those guys got a handful of squid in their bucket, so we might be able to catch them. Just kind of jigging the bottom. Yeah, this is like a light crowd for this place. No squid? That's good. Well, they have a fair catch in that bucket. They got like 20 squid in there. But since I've been here, they've caught 0. I didn't think we were going to get any squid, but we got one. Let's go. There's squid. Squid number 2. Let's go. I can see how you can get addicted to this. School of squid is down there. Lots of bites. Yeah. Damn. We're dialed. I hope I get mugged. Oh yeah. Squid bite is on fire. Squid bite's on fire. Let's go. I have to go get a bucket. This is about to be a problem. Sir, look at that, he's got one. Squids came rolling through. many of these things are we keeping? That's the question. Oh my god. Oh, fucker. That was a juicy one. Yeah. Squids. That's pretty good. Alright, I don't have a bucket. I'm not going to tell you what was in this cooler, but all I'm going to say is that it was really nasty. And we got to rinse it, so. Okay. Give it a rinse. The last of it. Literally, I just use this bleach to clean my coolers. You guys know what happens to fishing coolers. How convenient. There's a whole bunch of seagulls over by the bridge there. Quick bleach rinse. Dude, if these seagulls took my squid, I'm gonna be pissed. Because there were not seagulls flying around like that when I was fishing, and I just look over and they're just all chirping and competing over something over there. Hopefully it wasn't my squid. We're good. Look at these fuckers. Alright, we're good. There's one. This is squid. But that's what we got. It's honestly better than I don't know if it was better than I expected or about what I expected, but we got a bunch of squid. All right, so we got the squid yesterday, and right now we're going to collect some shellfish. We got a nice low tide right now. I was gonna go yesterday evening, but tide was high. I didn't really feel like trying to grind out clams at high tide, so low tide. I'm gonna go put the waders on, break some clams, and we're gonna have a delicious feast, some type of seafood feast. Should be some good clam in here with the super low blowout tide. Let's see if they're chewing today. Got one good one. Those two are going back. All right, there's one. Is that thing even alive? Yeah. That's about as big as we're gonna keep right there. We'll keep it. But just too big, you know? Too big. Too big. We'll take those two. Starting to feel like summer out here. Shoo, look at all those clams. Even got some coral, some bonus coral. Clam. I'm just throwing all these clams back. That one's a nice, delicious one. Ew. Look, oh, that's a crab. Sponge. We got a sponge attached to a rock with a crab on it. We'll just let that go. That's cool. That's a primo clam. That's also a primo clam. Big, big, big. Big. Just 3 giant clams. Tempted to use those for bait, but there's no drum around here, so. Alright, well that's gonna do it for the clamming. I didn't have a proper bucket, so I just brought a bag. That's our little bag of clams there. Damn, that's a lot more than last time. But I'm going to eat all of those. So we got the squid, we got the clams, and now we need the fish. And bluebird sunny day. You know, you think about the species of fish we could catch that are good to eat. I wouldn't mind eating a striper, a fluke, a tautog, sea bass, and out of all those fish, our best odds are a tautog. Tautog eat crabs. Look at those. That's a good one. That's a good one. And so we got 2 good crabs. These are Asian crabs. I just grabbed a water bottle out of my car. We're going to use this to house the crabs temporarily. Shit, this guy ain't gonna fit. These are an invasive crab that have been around for decades, and they, you know, they're everywhere. Anywhere there's rocks, they love rocks. A big rock like that tends to hold some crabs. This is what the blackfish like. Look at this guy blended in right there. He thought he was hiding. We got some big old pincers. We're gonna take those off so he fits in our water bottle. And we only need 1 keeper, so I mean that could be harder than one would expect. It really just depends on your spot. We'll keep some small ones too. Sometimes it's good to put a couple of those on the hook. Oh yeah, this is great crab habitat right here. Again, yeah, we only need 1 tautog. But it's possible we're going to be weeding through shorts and we might go through a lot of crabs in a short amount of time before we get our keeper. And I'd like to be selective, like not keep a female if possible. Oh my god. Hello. Jackpot. That might be the best Asian crab rock I ever found right there. Of course I only got like this many, but that was crazy. That was red hot. These things pinch. Obviously they're pinching me right now. All right, there's got to be a couple stragglers. They're quick. Oh my god, look at the size of that Asian crab right there. What a stud. That's gonna get us a keeper tug right there. We're gonna have to just like bend the cap here. Get in there. Get in there, motherfucker. We're not gonna worry about getting them out of here. All right, the tog is gonna be tough. I know some good shore tog spots, but I don't like to burn them. You know, I don't burn them, right, on YouTube. So we're literally going to try to pull a good tog spot out of my ass by looking at Google Maps somewhere that I won't feel bad about filming as the crabs are crawling around in my cup holder. All right, so we're just gonna take a quick look at Google Maps. We're going to a spot where I've actually caught tog before. There's a long stretch of deep rocky shoreline. We're just gonna go there. And I fished there in May before, like this, and didn't get much for keepers. I don't know if I got any keepers, to be honest. This is our lucky spot here. Okay, so what this spot has that we want is like pretty deep water close to shore. And that's just gonna make it a lot easier to get the tog out of the rocks. And I'm wishing I brought more crabs now. But one keeper tog, all right, that's all we're looking for here. 16 inches to keep here in Rhode Island. The limit's 3 right now, which I'm definitely not keeping more than 1. And the wind really flopped out for us. It's actually pretty banging conditions here, but we're just gonna cast right out there. Test the drag. I don't have the drag like way too tight here. This hook I'm using is not the strongest hook. It is a 2X, but oh yeah, quick bite. Yeah, you don't want to lock down the drag because even like a 17-inch tug could bend this hook out a little bit. Instant life though, so this water bottle is gonna get really old really quick. We're gonna try hooking this one through the leg sockets. This little Tautog jig, half ounce, has a 1/0 hook on it. And I pour these, and I make some with a 1/0, some with a 2/0. And for the Asian crab, I like the smaller hook. Oh shit, the wind's starting to pick up. It was blowing northwest, and then we moved, and now it's blowing southwest. Classic. Dropping Big Mama down there. Let's just get this over with. Big Mama, hook through the sockets. A little crunch. There was a pretty good bite, better bite. Tautog bite. Just one bump and then he's gone. Shit, there's a little school of fish there. What were those fish I just saw? I just like spooked a school of fish up here. All right, well the big crab actually got some commitment out of these tugs. That's your short, pregnant female tug right there. That one's 14.5 inches or something. And, whoa, they're slippery little guys. Pretty big wave right there. Yeah, incoming tide, the waves get bigger and bigger as the tide rises here, so that's what we're witnessing right now. Another short. Maybe starting to bite a little better at least. We need one of these except to be 16.25 inches. Yeah. It's not what we're at. I mean, it's what we're after, but it's not the right size. You gotta get the bite right away, otherwise the swell just swings your line around and then your jig gets covered in grass. Covered in the grass. One time we gotta hit right away. Come on, keeper Tautog. We need you. It's not going to be a keeper. Hard fighter. Oh, I wish you were a keeper. It's not, but we're gonna measure it just for the culture. Best shot at a keeper. Yeah. Not. It's a male Tautog. See, he fought quite a bit harder than the female Tautogs. We just need him to be about 2 inches bigger, and he'd be a keeper. Maybe 10 crabs left. Maybe. Time is ticking here. We might be buying some salmon from the grocery store. I didn't catch any keeper tugs here, but I did catch a keeper tug elsewhere. So we'll just pretend that I caught one right here. All right, I went and got more bleach, and look at my cooler now. Clean as a whistle. All right, well, I didn't want to keep a female tug, but here we are. This was the only keeper I could get, and it was just barely legal size, a little over 16 inches, and it's the only tug I've killed all spring, so I don't feel too bad about it, but generally it's best to release the females as they're about to spawn. The fish actually ate a soft plastic on a jig head, which you'll most likely see in a future video. And notice I stop cutting as soon as I get to the tail. Right, if you stop just short and leave that last little bit of skin connected to the fish as you're filleting, and you just flip the fillet over and start skinning it, it makes it that much easier to fillet your fish, especially a slippery tug like this. But I finished filleting the tug here at my favorite wharf. So now I've got squid, clams, and tug. So now it's time to cook. Behind eyeballs. Some fresh squeaky squid here. Alright, we cleaned them up a bit. The little beaks, alright, we gotta get the little beak out. You don't want to bite into that, right? And these tentacles, like this squid being so fresh, tentacles are still, look at that. And then we're gonna cut these into pieces, maybe cut them in half. Alright, we're just cutting it into rings. We already cut the head into pieces. And then we got one more. I cut this almost like I was cutting fluke bait. This one we're just gonna try like scraping. Do it a little differently. All right, and now we're gonna take all this squid and we're gonna soak it in milk or cream. So we got some buttermilk. We're just gonna put the squid into the buttermilk. I think a lot of people don't do this, but I don't know, we're doing it. The last time I ate squid, I didn't love it. I don't know what I did wrong, but just gonna kind of let it soak in the buttermilk for a little bit, maybe 20 minutes. All right, so we're getting ready to fry this squid. And the clams, I was thinking I was gonna fry those too. Since we're already frying, we might as well fry everything, but I just tried to shuck them. These quahogs are real hard to shuck. So I think we're gonna just try to shuck 5, and then we'll do the other 5 in tin foil with garlic and butter. So we're kind of just doing this the only way I know how, which is I broke them and shucked them. All right, and there's one. All right, that wasn't so bad, I guess. That's 5 shucked clams, and then those 5 are going in the tin foil again. All right, we're gonna try this for the batter. So I really don't like frying stuff, but here we are. Well, it's almost dark, but so those are clams, that's calamari, and then that's the blackfish nuggets right there. I cut them up into little cubes, and once this oil heats up, we'll be in business. All right, well, unfortunately, it's pretty much totally dark now, but we're cooking. We got some butter and garlic. We got some potatoes going in there, and we're just waiting for the oil to get hot. Now we got chicken taking priority, but I think it's good enough here. I'm gonna start with the fish. We're finally getting somewhere here. It took me a long time, and I ate most of the fish and seafood as it was coming off the grill. Alright, so we got the squid with the pepperoni peppers. We got the fish. There's some clams in there, some potatoes, the garlic butter clams, and even a piece of chicken. Alright, some hot honey sauce. Let's try a piece of squid. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's incredible. I'm not gonna lie, that's incredible. Holy shit. Really, really, really good. I made the hot honey myself. It was just honey and Frank's Red Hot. A little bit of these peppers. Those peppers. Incredible. This hot honey squid. Okay. With those hot peppers. Those clams are looking pretty good. But these clams are looking good too. I'm gonna dip that in the hot honey. For why not? You gotta have those peppers. The butter garlic clams. Pretty banging. And then I just marinated this chicken. The squid was super good. All right, these peppers, some hot honey, which again is just Frank's Red Hot and honey. I just made it, stirred it together. And then fried squid, extremely good. I'd say the squid was the best thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. That's it. I'm done. It's like 10 o'clock. So hopefully you enjoyed. See you guys next time.